Welcome to our brand new Nodak Insurance Football Performance Complex. It's great to have everybody here today. My name is Sam Niederman. I'm the play-by-play voice for NDSU football and men's basketball, and super happy to be here with everybody as we welcome in this new addition to our wonderful facility that we have here. This is our We Be Giving Foundation Bison Athletics Operations Center ribbon cutting. NDSU Athletics is happy to have you all here today to reveal the second phase of our Nodak Insurance Company Football Performance Complex. Following the program, there's going to be a ribbon cutting on the west side of the building. After pictures, we encourage everyone to tour this amazing facility, including the weight room behind me. While on the tour, you'll also see a donor wall. This building would not have been possible without the generous philanthropic support of our donors. Thank you to the donors for investing in our student athletes' success and NDSU athletics' success. Why don't we give a round of applause to all of our supporters and donors? Thank you. Now, without further ado, I'd like to give a warm welcome to NDSU President Dave Cook.
Well, welcome everyone. It kind of feels like church here. Nobody's sitting in the front and everybody's in the back. You guys should all kind of come up and enjoy the moment. But I just want to tell you thank you for being here. Everybody here represents a really important stakeholder, partner for North Dakota State University, period, but obviously NDSU Athletics. And we're very grateful for all you've done for us historically, all you've done to make today happen, and all, of course, that you're going to do for us moving forward. We're really looking forward for that journey. So it's hard not to sit in here and be a little awestruck. I've been in here a number of times. Every time I walk in here, for me, candidly, I get a little starstruck. I get a few goosebumps and all the rest. If you can't walk in here and understand that what we've done here is special, what we've done here is going to make an incredible transformational difference to North Dakota State University, but to our coaches and to our student athletes. I think you got to take another look around, because this is special. You don't see this just anywhere. And I know we're here probably thinking about football, but if you do take a look around, this means something to NDSU athletics, period. There's all kinds of assets and resources here really for everybody, and I think that's what makes it special. So you look at the lineup here, and you're going to hear from a student and a coach and a donor and from our administrative leaders, and those are going to be special comments. I'll come at you from the role of president, and I think it's a little bit different perspective. So pretty much everywhere in America, but especially at NDSU, athletics is the front porch of the university. For those of you who are in Minneapolis, unbelievable. You see how a football game brings people together. The gold and the green was everywhere. The tailgating was phenomenal. The game atmosphere was great. My wife and I had brunch the next morning. People were still wearing gold and green. I love meeting the alumni of this institution, and then I got to admit, I kind of love meeting those people who have become Bison, who never went to school here, because we do it right. And I have to admit that's quite a bit of fun for me. So it's fun to see what we do there, but then tomorrow we're going to have a football game. But, we've had a volleyball game today. We're going to have a game later. We've had golf already, cross country. I think there's a soccer game later on. In so many ways, athletics is bringing a community together. Tomorrow we have a football game, and that's going to be special, but it's taken it to the next level where we're recognizing, the Fargo PD, the first responders. Kudos to Coach Ince, kudos to our athletic director and leadership, that we're making it about something bigger, and that's when you realize athletics can do something incredibly special for a town, for a community, for a region, for a state, for a university, and I'm proud to have a small role in that. I would also tell you, with that comes tremendous responsibility. When you're this good, you have a responsibility that's, again, a little awe-striking to come to realize that, you're out front, you're the front porch of an institution, and our coaches and our students and our administrators all have an amazing responsibility to do it the right way. I know a lot of people in the room. I don't know everybody. I know a few folks up here. I can tell you, our donors love this place. They love it because we do it the right way, and we've done it the right way for a long time, and that is not lost on me. To be kind of fortunate to walk into a situation where we have tradition. Look at the back wall. I've connected with a couple of the 1965, folks here. It's amazing what you all started. It's fun for me to kind of walk into the middle of this kind of a tradition where we've been doing it the right way for a long time. I can tell you our donors, our supporters, I think they love the fact that we do it the right way on and off the field. We have character student athletes. We recruit the right kind of students. We're going to hear from Jake Kava. I'm confident I'll be working from him in about 5 years. After you hear his presentation, I'm sure you'll get it. But the donors support us because of the way we do it here, and I'm very proud to walk into that and to have a very small part in that. And of course, winning's pretty good too, but the fact that we do it the right way, I think, is really important. So with that, just want to say I'm very proud to have a very small part of walking in kind of late to celebrate this moment, but really to everybody here, I want to say thank you. Thank you for what you do for NDSU. Thank you for what you do for NDSU athletics, and probably most importantly, thank you for what you do for our student athletes. You're really making a big difference here, and we're going to feel this difference for a long time. So we're very, very appreciative. So with that, I will invite up, I called him the best athletic director in the country the other day, and I believe it with all my heart, Matt Larson.
Well, thanks, President Cook, and good afternoon, everybody. What another great day in a long list of great days at NDSU and in Bison athletics. It seems like every year we're either opening up a renovated or a brand new facility. Facilities that are currently having and ones that will have great impacts on the recruitment, development, and success of our student athletes and our athletic programs. The Sanford Health Athletic Complex and Shield Center, Therrelton Park Softball Stadium, Phase 1 of the Nodak Insurance Company Football Performance Complex, the Terry Dahl and Donna Barris Outdoor Track, and today, the We Be Giving Foundation Bison Athletics Operations Center. Over the last 10 years, we've positively impacted every student athlete and every sports program here at NDSU through improvements to their locker rooms, their team lounges, their athletic training rooms, their office space, and practice and competition venues. The We Be Giving Foundation Operations Center completes a master facilities plan that firmly places NDSU at the top of Division I FCS athletic programs. This 60,000 square foot facility is state-of-the-art and features a customized powerlift weight room, the Gate City Bank fueling station, the Team Makers team locker room space, meeting rooms, the Sanford Health Sports Medicine and Training Room, and a recruiting and multi-purpose lounge. Coupled with the 90,000 square foot facility we're in right now, Bison student athletes will be able to train year-round at the highest level. We've already seen the positive impact that this indoor facility has had on baseball, softball, women's soccer, men's and women's golf, and of course football. I can't wait to see the impact when this complex is fully operational. For the past 2 years, we've watched this massive facility rise from the ground and change the landscape and skyline on the north side of campus. There are many companies and people who deserve a huge thanks for their hard work, their efforts, their expertise in bringing this project for the scope and the magnitude to completion. Please allow me to recognize and thank these groups and individuals that have played a valuable and significant role in creating what we see before us today. I truly believe we had the A-team from start to finish. Every expectation has been exceeded and then some. So first, our architects, Steve Skoblik and Bob Ames from Foss Architecture and Interiors here in Fargo, and Doug Osborne, David Murphy, Tom Femwright from Crawford Architects in Kansas City. Our primary subcontractors, Dan Walter, Brandon Larkin, Braden Aubel from Kraus Anderson. Our primary subcontractors, Rick Electric and Peterson Mechanical. From campus facilities, Mike Ellingson, Brent DeCray, and Justin Miller. The NDSU Foundation, Executive Governing Board, and Finance Committee. And finally, from our Department of Athletics staff, Todd Phelps, Scott Walken, Jack Maughan, Derek Lang, and many others, including our head coaches and staff that contributed to making today possible. Please join me in a round of applause for these groups. In sports, and in particular college athletics, whether right or wrong, you're judged on if you win or if you lose. After all, that's why we keep score. For Tom Blattner, though, it's never been just about the winning. Don't get me wrong, Tom is competitive, Tom is successful, Tom loves to win. But when it comes to Bison athletics, the Blattners don't support us because we win, they support us because how we win. I vividly remember one of my first national championships in years down in Frisco, and Tom and his dad, Kip, were down on the sideline with the team. It was nearing the end of the fourth quarter, and the football team was poised to win yet another national championship. As the celebrations were beginning, I approached Tom and thanked him for all his support and for his part in this national championship. Tom looked at me and said, "We don't support because of days like this. We support because of the way you got here. You recruit high-character kids. The program is operated with integrity. There is an emphasis on academics, and there is expectations and accountability to compete at the highest level." And then he paused for a second, and he said, "The day that stops being the case is the day we stop supporting." Well, as I look at all of our student athletes here today, and the 400 other student athletes, our 115 staff members and coaches, I can confidently say that we live by those characteristics every day. Tom, a sincere thank you to you, Dawn, Will, and Ellie for your generosity, your belief, your friendship, and your love for NDSU. We are honored and proud today to officially open the We Be Giving Foundation Bison Athletics Operations Center. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Tom Blattner.
Jack said, keep this short. My first rendition was about 40 pages, so I got it down to 2. Thanks, Matt. Thanks for the kind and meaningful introduction, and thanks for your continued friendship. I'd also like to thank everyone involved with delivering the We Be Giving Foundation Bison Athletics Operations Facility. To Dr. Cook, Jack Maughan, Todd Phelps, Scotty Walken, as I used to call him, Derek Lang, Coach Entz, Coach Kramer, and all the Bison coaches, administration, student athletes, thank you for representing the values our family believes so strongly in. I'm truly proud to stand before you representing the We Be Giving Foundation. I'd first like to recognize the leader of our family and the person who keeps us grounded, humble, loyal, and serving, my beautiful and loving wife of 24 years, Dawn. Without her support and leadership, none of this would be possible. Unfortunately, Dawn is unable to be here today as she has previous foundation commitments that she is serving. I'd also like to recognize our 2 children. Our son, Will, is currently serving our country as a member of the 101st Airborne Division in Germany. He's recognized as a leader within his division, one who operates with precision, discipline, and shows respect to his fellow soldiers and superiors. He's been awarded several commendations for his character, performance, and leadership by serving with self-sacrifice for the success of his unit. We are proud of his humility, growth, and service to our country. Our daughter Ellie, unfortunately, is currently a sophomore at St. Ben's, working on it. She's studying marketing. Recently, she was hired as a varsity swim coach for St. Cloud Tech High School. We're proud of her for that. Through her faith in Jesus Christ, she understands the importance of serving others and acting with humility. We are proud of her commitment to our community, her passion for serving others, and the character in which she builds her relationships on. And again, don't worry, we're working on transfer paperwork. Bison pride is something I developed a personal connection with during my years in school. Witnessing the true meaning of what it means to be a Bison through my relationships with my roommates and friends, Chad and Michelle Punsock, Monty and Susie Kubis, Kyle Carlson, Dennis Scheel, and Joe Toth. I'd also like to thank their coaches and teammates. Thank you for all your candor and compassion in my personal development, and a special thanks to my friend Scotty Walken for mending my physical ailments after those long weeks of keeping my roommates in shape and in line. The guiding philosophy of the We Be Giving Foundation is to invest in the creation of leadership, learning, personal and community development, built on character and those values that align to the teachings of God, the Father Almighty, and His Son, Jesus Christ. The foundation supports the efforts of those who are making a difference in people's lives and to help build the communities in which we live. The foundation believes in sharing the blessings which have been bestowed upon its contributors and working collaboratively to make our community and world a better place. The We Be Giving Foundation Bison Athletics Operations Facility will provide thousands of student athletes, coaches, trainers, and administrators the opportunity to teach, learn, and practice these values and the values of the Bison community in a controlled environment. The We Be Giving Foundation Bison Athletics Operations Facility is here to not only develop our student athletes both academically and physically, but to enhance their leadership, strengthen their character, and set the foundation to positively further Bison pride throughout our world. The We Be Giving Foundation is proud to be a part of this incredible facility, school, and community. Thank you all, and go Bison.
Thank you, Tom, to you and your family for being outstanding supporters of NDSU athletics. In addition to the We Be Giving Foundation, a few more donors were needed to make this facility possible. It is, after all, 100% donor funded. That is over $54 million in philanthropic support. At this time, I would like to recognize some of those donors. The We Be Giving Foundation, Tom and Dawn Blattner. Nodak Insurance Company, President, CEO, Jim Alexander. Gate City Bank, President, CEO, Kevin Hansen, and Board Chair, Steve Swantek. Sanford Health, President and CEO of Sanford Fargo, Tiffany Lawrence. Shields, Steve and Eileen Shield. NDSU Teammakers and President Eric Dodds. Terry and Susan Hansen, Bob and Bruce Yagi, and WDAY Forum Communications Company. For the complete list of donors, see the donor wall as you enter the We Be Giving Foundation Bison Athletics Operations Center. As Matt mentioned, this facility is meant to house a mix of sports programs, allowing them to practice indoors throughout the seasons of North Dakota. Representing the NDSU student athletes using this facility, I would like to welcome NDSU football defensive end and Fargo native, Jake Cava.
Well, I didn't bring a sheet of paper like everyone else, so I'm just going to shoot from the hip here. But first off, I just want to say thank you to obviously all the people he named off, everyone involved. this place is amazing. I think the football team, we got to be in here a little bit the past spring ball and use it for the first time. But this facility is amazing. Like I think Matt Larson said, it puts us at the top of FCS. And I'll go even one further. There's not a whole lot of Group of 5 schools in the country that have facilities like this. So thank you. And not just on behalf of the football team, but all other athletes here. Obviously, you see the batting cages. The golf team comes in here and hits golf balls off the ceiling. But just thank you on behalf of that. But I just want to share a quick story. I think it kind of connects really well with what everyone said today. But as some of you know, during fall camp, the football team, we have a lot of alumni come back and talk to the team. They talk about Bison pride, their experience as a Bison. And one of the words that comes up is different. So I was sitting in the dining center with a freshman, Abe Myers, Sioux Falls kid. He asked me, he's like, Jake, you've been here for 6 years. Why do you think NDSU is different? So I sat there for a second. I'm like, well, that's a good question. Why do I think NDSU is different? So I kind of came up with 3 ingredients that make this place so special. First off, I think we have some of the best coaches in the Midwest, some of the best coaches in the country. Coach Enns, Coach Richmond, Coach Collins, Coach Mueller, all across the board, best coaches. And those coaches recruit some of the highest character individuals that I get to call my peers for the last 6 years. So I think that's kind of the first ingredient. Second, I said our athletic department. We talk about servant leadership a lot in the football team. What that is putting the needs of others before yours. Matt Larson, Todd Phelps, the entire staff up there, that's essentially their job, is they put us first. I just want to say thank you for that as a student athlete for 6 years. It's been awesome. So those are the first 2 things. And I told Abe, I was like, hey, I think a lot of successful schools, and there are other successful schools in the country, have those 2 things. And I think the third thing, I'm a little biased, obviously, being a Fargo-Moorhead native, is our community. The support you guys give us year in and year out, obviously financially to build buildings like this, the Shack, the new track facility, but more than that is just, being part of our family. Like I tell a story, I think it was my second year here, and it was Tony Pierce, obviously he's not here anymore, but it was at the Hornbachers in North Fargo. I think it was probably first blizzard was coming up, and someone came up to him and was like, hey, I know you're from Florida, I'm a Fargo native, I'm from North Fargo. I'm glad you're up here. We're happy to have you. If you need anything, obviously Fargo blizzards are no joke. Let me know. And that kind of hit home, being from here, having you guys take us in like that as part of your own family, it means a lot to us. And I told them, I'm like, so those first 2 things, I think a lot of people have that. When you add that third one in here, that's why NDSU is different. That's why this place is so special. And that's been going on far before I've been here. Obviously, this is my 6th year. I've been here a while. But you can look all the way back to the teams of the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, into the 2000s. That, in my mind, is this place is a culmination of all that stuff coming together. And, just talk about Bison. That's my kind of definition of Bison pride. And then one more thing. Obviously, being a 6th year, my career is almost over. But I just want to say thank you to all the team makers, donors. One thing we always talk about is leave a place better than you found it. We talk about that in football, whether it's cleaning up the locker room. Obviously, I hope that NDSU football is a better place when I'm young. But as I go into the next step of my life, my career, obviously someday I hope to be able to give back to this university just like you guys have. And the standard you guys have set for my generation, the future generation of alumni, team makers, donors. I don't know what's going on with college athletics. You talk about realignment, all that stuff doesn't matter. With the community we have and the support we have, the guys in the right positions, NDSU athletics is going to be in a good position for a long time to come, and I look forward to taking the next step and helping that out. So thank you. With my pleasure is I guess I get to introduce my former position coach as a linebacker and now head coach of the University of North Dakota State Bison, Matthew J. Entz.
President Cook, I think someday we'll all be working for Jake. So thank you for everyone for being here. Welcome to the Nodak Insurance Football Performance Center and the We Be Giving Foundation Bison Athletics Operational Center. Combined, these 2 facilities create one of the premier athletic facilities in all of the country. And that information was provided me firsthand this spring when we had our pro day in here. We were fortunate enough to have 30 of 32 NFL teams, GMs, position coaches, coordinators, head scouts. And the message that was given to me and to our staff is 90% of the country, schools in the country don't have this. This is unbelievable. Matt, people in the Pac-12 would give their arm for a facility like this. So once again, Bison Nation, you've gone above and beyond. I believe in roughly 2019, our athletic department went to press with a brochure for a vision. Some people might have called it a dream, a hope of a new transformational facility for all athletics. From those early days till today, there have been tireless days by numerous people making this vision, this far-fetched idea, this dream become reality. Today, we're cutting the ribbon on the We Be Giving Foundation Bison Athletics Operational Center. This facility was the result of hundreds of people. Thanks to all of those that were involved in the planning, the development, the construction, and the financial backing of this facility. Along the way, it would have been easy to say, maybe this is more than we need. Maybe we should find a way to cut corners. How can we reduce costs? Isn't this good enough? But instead, we found a way to live up to the Bison standard. A wise man once told me that expectations are fictional and they change like the weather, and we know something about changing weather in Fargo. But base your life around the truths, the standard. You are what you tolerate, you are what you allow. These facilities represent the standard of North Dakota State University and Bison Athletics. Both facilities represent what's great about Bison Nation. Bison Nation supports our student athletes and continues to be second to none. Your involvement, and more appropriately stated, your Bison pride, has allowed all of our athletes a tremendous experience, unbelievable facilities to practice and play in, while attaining a degree from an unbelievable institution. Your involvement in this facility was not because of personal gains, but because of the gains of our current student athletes and future student athletes. The needs of others were greater than your own. Sounds like this building was built with Bison pride. In closing, thanks again from Bison football team and all of athletics. Thank you, Bison Nation, for all you've done for us. Thank you to the We Be Giving Foundation. And lastly, Hail Bison.